Hi everyone, welcome on board to helper.tv, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact. I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded. So guys, Femi Fani-Kayode has taken it upon himself to always throw stones and shade the vice president. I wouldn't know why he does not do that with the president Buhari himself. Probably he's also afraid or careful. In his words, he said, "I have no sympathy for Osinbajo, and I do not think any Southerner, Middle Belter, or Christian ought to either. He is a disgrace to Oduduwa, to the South, to the church, to Christendom, and to God." And he titled this "Humiliation of the Villa Fiend." That is what he said. He said in September 2019, he tweeted the following about Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, where he said, "Ambassador Ayo Oke, the former Director General of the Nigeria Intelligence Agency, DSS, took care of you. He paid your bills and protected you. He kept all your little dirty secrets. He gave you wise counsel and comforted you even when you shed tears and said you could not take it anymore. All this yet you sold him down the river. Your fingers have finally been caught in the cookie jar, and your benefactors and distractors have begun their work. They have demoted you, humiliated you, used you, and dumped you. By the time they finish with you, you will wish that you have never been born. But still, okay, is no longer there to help you. Poor chap. Politics is terrible. Politics is a terrible thing when compared to the legal profession. This is especially so when you are a professor of law. At least you can go back to your pastoral work at Redeemed Christian Church of God when all else fails. My prayers are with you." This is what he decided to say. And a few days later, he said he added this: "If the short man doesn't resign within 6 months, they will soon be sending him to wash toilets. You came in on the same ticket. You sold your soul. You betrayed your people, your tribe, your region, and your faith, and you sucked your boss's rectum for 4 years. Look at what you got in return. Shame on you." 2 months down the line, both tweets have proved to be prophetic. He said they also signify the beginning of the end for pastor and professor vice president. Over the last 2 months, despite all pretensions to the contrary, things have gone downhill for him, and he appears to be a drowning man. It's only a matter of time before the final offensive and assault is unleashed against him by his traducers in the presidency. The axe falls and is finally thrown out. He said he has been reliably informed that 3 names, all from the Southwest, have been penned down and all are being considered as his possible replacement. For those who are versed in the law and who understands the Constitution, do you think that the vice president can be cut out just like that? Well, I think from my own understanding, his case might be taken to the Senate, and since Buhari is in control of the Senate, and the Senate has been termed a rubber stamped Senate, there is a possibility that they will all vote for him to be out, particularly if money has changed hands, or some people have been threatened by using the DSS, just like how it is done in some of these countries where military rule is in vogue. They might use their corruption, blackmail them, and also threaten them to put them in jail. And they've seen examples of what has happened to Omoyele Sowore, Jalingo. They've seen what has happened to the rest of the people that are not even corrupt that are in jail, and the court ruled that they should be bailed. Yet the security agencies has refused to release them. It shows that there is no law to be obeyed in Nigeria. There is no constitution to be obeyed in Nigeria. We are living in a democratic military rule, if there's anything like that anyway. So Femi Fani-Kayode claimed that he has reliably been informed that 3 names, all from the Southwest, have been penned down and they are being considered as his possible replacement. Now, I wouldn't know what Femi Kayode is all about, because he has also been dragged for corruption. Yes, he has been dragged for corruption. Billions of naira that went down the drain during his watch as the Minister of Aviation. And that's a very lucrative for them, criminal politicians like that. That's a very lucrative point for him. And his father was also a politician, and he benefited from that. He went to school abroad in one of the most expensive schools in the United Kingdom, and he came back, big boy, and he had some issues as a result of too much money. Anyway, let's leave that part. Like I wouldn't know what part he is actually pointing at. Is he saying step down because we are the opposition party, we need to talk? Step down because you are corrupt and I am not corrupt. Step down because we need you to speak against this criminal administration, or what is it? I wouldn't know. Anyway, he's not the first person, and you're not the only person that is doing this, all from the comfort of their home. Although Femi Fani-Kayode is in Nigeria and is tweeting and doing what he's doing, and as you all know, hate speech is going to soon, go to the Senate. And if this is passed, people like Femi Fani-Kayode will have to tweet with caution. The president, Buhari, does not mind locking up Femi Kayode in jail for in perpetuity. He doesn't mind putting him there in perpetuity. He doesn't care about anybody anyway. So, yeah, he said he has been informed that 3 names, all from the Southwest, have been penned down and are being considered as possible replacement for VP. If this proves to be true, I will not be the least bit surprised, because those that ride on the back of the tiger always end up in its stomach. The question that arises is what our reaction ought to be. The way the vice president is being treated, that is what he's saying. What should be our reaction about this? In this respect, insightful, sensible, and refreshing are the words of Chief Yinka Odumakin, the erudite and courageous spokesperson of Afenifere, when he said, on behalf of the Omokaro Jires and the sons and daughters of Ududua, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is being humiliated and not the Southwest. He has never supported the Southwest since he became vice president. And true to be true, he should have seen how the president is acting, and he should have also been, he should have been outspoken when it comes to the people of the South. That is why you are vice president. Yes, that's your boss, but you've seen that Buhari speaks in a different way, and you should have the ability to also speak. But maybe he doesn't want to do that. Maybe he feels that, let me be quiet, let me support these people while I take the money. I want to know what is really happening there. I am also encouraged by the fact that Baba Adebanjo, the number 2 man in Afenifere, one of the most revered and respected elders and leaders in Nigeria, and a man that I am prepared to follow into battlefield blindfolded, said that he had told Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and Vice President Osinbajo to leave the APC. He said, I don't want to be dragged into the issue. What has it done that the Southwest has benefited from? I am 91 years old, and all I want is a better Nigeria. I have told Tinubu and Osinbajo to leave APC. Paruben Fasoranti, leader of Afenifere, these are the wise word and faultless counsel. The consequence of not heeding them, at least for Osinbajo, are now manifest for all to see, and sadly the chickens are coming home to roost. It is Osinbajo's turn to be exposed, grilled, humiliated, rubbished, and dumped by the cabal, he said. It is Osinbajo's turn to be disgraced. It will be Tinubu's turn tomorrow. They shall both reap the consequences of what they have sown and choices they have made. He said he does not relish in the travails of Osinbajo to a certain extent. He said he pities him, but what he will not do is to defend him in the name of Southwestern or Southern solidarity or anything else. In his own view, he simply does not deserve that kind of support. It irks and irritates me to no end when others try to give it to him. For example, when Professor Banji Akintoye, a notable leader and respected leader from the Southwest, who has displayed immense fortitude in recent times and who I have immense respect for, says that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo should not be treated badly by President Buhari because he is a son of Oduduwa. I really do wonder, he said. When he said he's watching events unfold, I wonder what he really believes he can do to save the vice president from the consequences of his shameless behavior, cowardly disposition, ignoble foibles, treacherous actions, and dishonorable choices. So guys, that is what he has to say. I mean, there are a lot of people that have something to say about this. Even, some groups of Oduduwas, they have a lot to say about this. A man that opted to align with and support those that oppose the proscription of Boko Haram, a man that said he would pray for Fulani men as they rape and slaughter our wives and children, a man that said that mass murder, genocide, and ethnic cleansing of our people by the Fulani militia in Nigeria was exaggerated, a man that traveled abroad and said all African countries are corrupt, a man that poured scorn and insults on all those that stood up to the tyranny and hegemony of his Fulani masters over the last 4 years, a man that refused to see the president of Khan in his first 3 years in office as vice president, only spoke to him through Villa Chaplain, a man that spent the better part of the last 4 years trying to weaken and discredit and destroy Khan. Wow, that is serious. A man that celebrated and encouraged the slaughter of IPOB members, including women and children. A man who stood silent and turned a blind eye whilst the security aides beat up a journalist at the presidential villa and smashed his camera. A man that sold his soul to the devil and served the Fulani cabal to the best of his ability. A man that has sat silently at the judiciary, National Assembly, and all revered institution in the South and Middle Belt as they are rubbished. A man that told all manner of lies against President Olusegun Obasanjo, President Goodluck Jonathan, Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and countless others. This man is no other person and a follower of Pastor Enoch Adeboye, General Overseer of Redeemed Church of God, and this man is called Vice President Osinbajo. That is Yemi Osinbajo. That is according to FFK. So guys, what's your own take about this? Drop it at the comment section below. And if you're not part of this channel, simply smash on that subscription button. It's just down there below on your right. And the red notification icon bell. Please do tap on it so you'll be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.